Welcome back. Now let's do another one. So we're doing a good old roundhouse. So SOB here, he's gonna throw at me and he's gonna do a big old, I'm just gonna duck, go ahead at my face, like this. Ah! If you see that, that's a lot of power coming at you.
Yeah.
Right? The main thing is people do this, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you're gonna do that, do this instead, right? Do that. Come out, just like boxers do, but you don't have to go that far. That's traditional. What I like you guys to do is go ahead. Here's your face. Get your hand there. That's where your hand was. Take your head out of the way, right? And then once he goes here, hands go up here. I'm gonna make a hammer fist right there, right? Uppercut, right? A good old, and then right here, right? Simple strike, 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 right? So here. Whoa. Oh yeah. And then you go. Fun stuff. The rest you can go for or whatever.
And you probably do that at a bar, jump around like that after you just pound it on them.
Because there's a lot of sugar in alcohol.
So
I'm a cheap date. You know.
Okay, well, good old roundhouse punch. Now, one of the things that we always go over is I like the idea of circle, straight, and I always talk about that when someone attacks with circle, your best line of defense is straight. If someone attacks straight, your best line of defense is circle. So as that punch comes in, if he's going circle, I go straight. So rather than defending, I'm attacking. So once you get from this position, we use a basic Jean Choi position. Also, people, it's punch. Leopard fist. But basically what you're doing is you're cutting the distance, and of course, even if it's coming with two punches, if he's going with one punch and he starts off, and once he swings in, you step in, that second punch is not going to get a chance to actually come out. Now from here, you're working at a different angle. So now I'm working at a different angle, and so I have this angle, and I can come straight in at this angle as well. So now I have a quick follow-up of 1, 2, I cut the distance, and I eliminate the threat. Nice. So again, if I'm coming from this position, and it's from this position here, and it's just pop, pop, right here, right in. So
wait, who hit me?
Boom, boom, yeah. Which one of y'all hit me?
Okay.
Your turn, brother.
So I'm going to use the kind of concept that you were talking about this on Sifu. I like that idea. So the SOB is going to throw, right? And I'm going to come around down the groin, and now he's set up to strike. Boom. Very simple. Very simple rule. Right? So I'm just going to step on the 45 as he does it, just to set myself up, kick to the groin, and then punch. Right? So don't worry, he has a cup on. You have a cup on. I do. Okay.
He sleeps with it on.
He knows not to step on the floor without a cup.
Yeah.
You guys use a cup? No? Okay. All right. So when I'm moving, now the other thing is, this is why you have to practice, like both of these great masters were saying. Don't do anything SOB. What you don't want to do is throw your leg out there and hope for the best. You actually have to know how to find your balance. So he throws a kick. I'm there, and I can rotate in to my strike, right? And what I like about this motion is then you can just, do a whole series of strikes. So he goes throw, right? I would probably, if you haven't done this for a long time and you're not as target accurate, just kind of put your hands up like you're gonna get hit, right? Right? Boom, and then push into the nose. Show you, here's a good one. Push into the nose, and see my hand is back here, still past his head, because when he comes there, I'm going directly to the jaw. Just something fun to think about.
And the beautiful thing about that is that those punches are so close to the trunk of the body, it doesn't take a lot. The turn of your waist is just enough to generate that energy. And of course, when we talk about the turn of the waist, the clinch of the fist, that's got some bite to it.
And witnesses will be like, I don't know what happened. The guy stuck his leg out and the other guy just fell to the ground.
But that alludes me to certain things. None of this will work if you guys do this. If he's trying to hit me, right? And before you hit me, go ahead, you're about like this. I'm going to start doing this, right? And then go ahead. But and once you do square off, all of that, what we're talking about, goes out the window. You need to think, this is not a competition. This is so you can get home, right? If you need to do dirty stuff, there is no dirty stuff in survival.
No.
And a lot of times I think actually if you have that moment and you do stance out, what you're doing is you're perpetuating that instance even more.
Right.
Because now you're inviting, let's go, you know, rather than having that element of surprise and being able to explode. And again, like I said, your ultimate goal is go home at the end of that.
Exactly. It's all about survival and that explosion.
Absolutely.
Like this man's shotgun. Alright?
For me, especially as I've gotten older, I like to let him come closer. And people think that that's freaky. And it is scary until you start to understand why it works so well and you start having success. So let's just have him throw. If he comes here, I just throw it straight.
Sure.
I just want to show you something real quick. I have the advantage, right? Now most people are like, well, he has the advantage because he can just throw the second punch. So throw right and left. He doesn't have the advantage. What I did is I allowed his body to extend. So the same concept, he throws a round punch. I have the advantage, right? Because he's going to come to about here, maybe a little further, but he has to now get past my foot, right? Now let's say what happens if I don't want to use the foot. He throws that punch and boom. Now I go in. And it's just about learning how to take that space from him.
So remember all of these little tidbits that you gotta understand. It's all about strategy, right? And how you're gonna how you survive. All right. So let's go on to the next one.
Next one.
Woo! It's like too much.
Bam! That's it. Ancient art of Ching Ching Pow.
Exactly.